a victim to you? Do you laugh behind my back? Am I the joke of your clique, Inesh? Imagine that this was a clique, some man, some lowlife, some scumbags who poke fun of her. Inesh, Santiago, we can do with her whatever she wants, whatever we want, but not this time, pal. Inesh was sure of it. Now she will end this. She will end this once and for all. No one is fooling her. No one is fooling with her life because this is about her. But the reaction of Officer Garcia, especially the one whom she assumes to be Mexican and who was chosen to talk with her to find common ground because white folks apparently are not willing to talk to Mexicans. Well, who is this guy anyways? Mexican. And now more and more she felt the burden of being a Mexican. Is it not enough what we go through? Even though Inesh did hardly watch any politics, she was political. At least she always assumed the worst of white folks because she had not any friends, white friends, American friends. They hate us. All they know is hatred. They don't know anything about life, but what they know is hatred. Is this gruntlement, envy. That's what they are. You cannot be around them. You cannot be among them. Not, especially not if you are Mexican. You have to watch your back. What was she supposed to do? And then Officer Garcia gave an address. He wrote it down perfectly. An officious handwriting. It is straightforward, beautiful. An address where she was registered under her name. What is happening? And apparently the police doesn't see fit that they should go there and look for it. No, Inesh should go there herself, somewhere where someone has been using her identity, living under her name, and obviously driving a car, having registered a car. And how Inesh found out about it. This was the most cruel thing. She only found out about it by choice. Almost, it would have almost happened that she wouldn't have known anything about it at all. That she would have been groping in the dark, walking in the dark, while someone out there had assumed her identity. Now she wanted to move fast and not talk to someone, but somehow she felt a barrier, this clamp on her throat, which throttles her, as if she cannot speak up, as if she cannot overcome this wall. This is not about Inesh being a Mexican. No, this is about her being always in society. Inesh, somehow she cannot find the right balance. On one hand, she is extremely infuriated. She's raving mad in some occasions, even though for some the issues she's going through or the cause of her madness is not worth any thought. But for Inesh, even the small thing, especially when she's undermined, especially when people do not take her seriously, she goes out of her wits. Inesh becomes then a dangerous woman. No one should play with her. No one should fool her. No, she wants to make sure that everyone treats her equally. But then she has another side. A side which she assumes probably has been influenced by sober Paris. Her good-natured side. They believe in the good of humanity. They believe in love. Well, love is the driving force in her world. They dedicated her life to love, and yet she never found anything. And this was probably the bitterness of her life. This is the bitterness of her life. No, she didn't find any love whatsoever, but yet she still craves for it. These two sides of Ineş, they sometimes came forward. Sometimes at once things explode. But here and there, in the front of Officer Garcia, she couldn't bring out any words. She was raving mad. Someone does not take her seriously. Someone thinks he can do with her whatever he wants. This is bad, because this conjures up bad memories on Juan's father. Now Ineş doesn't want to speak out his name. He hates him. He despises him. How he treated her. He's the father of Juan, her love, the center of her world. And part of him is in Juan. She immediately noticed it. Some facial features, even though she tried to suppress these thoughts. Juan, his face, and partially in his voice, resembles his father. This man who treated Ineş like crap. This man who had no love for Ineş, who hated her, and yet give her the sun in her life, give her the reason to be, made her a proud mother. Who is he anyway? No, his boy, her boy. It is her boy. And he carries her heart. He is close to her heart. She raised him in her womb. He was close to her heart, to her loving motherly heart, and he absorbed this heart. Ineş gave him love, her love. Now the boy is hers. The boy has only superficial traits of his father. No, he's not mean. He loves his mother. He is a very good boy. He's her boy. And Ineş sees herself in this boy. And she has to care for this boy. She has to care for this boy all alone. No, this boy helps her. Juan helps her to keep her calm, to wait for the end. What is this all about? Inspector, or whatever it is, Officer Garcia apparently doesn't feel himself destined to go after his duties. Ineş is calm. Ineş got the address. She didn't say anything. She didn't want to make a scene, but she was disappointed. She was out of her wits. How can anyone ever treat her like this, as if she wasn't worth being treated equally? Now there she is, having to face all this all by her own. No, she's not afraid. She's not mad because she has to go through life all alone. No, Ineş does not trust anyone. That's why it is for her soothing or relaxing that she does all by herself. If you want to make things right, then you have to do it yourself. You cannot trust anyone. You cannot trust anyone with this. Obviously, criminals have gotten a hold of her, and she has to do something about it. Ineş looks again at the perfect handwriting. He was supposed to be here. He was supposed to look after it. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Maybe she should talk about it, make things clear. But Ineş is simpering. She is already boiling, vengeful. She will tell this person to stop. What do they know him? What do they know? Inesh imagines a white man. Inesh imagines someone who makes fun of her, someone who probably will laugh at her. And what then? Where will she go then? Obviously the police precinct does not take her seriously. Obviously she cannot do anything about it. Just have to endure it. Just to make a peace with it. Is this normal? Should she be complacent? Is this what they want from her? Is this what they demand from her? No way. Inesh was never complacent. This already started in school. Everyone knew who Inesh was, because Inesh was one of those girls who did not let herself fooled. Now Inesh, she could stand up for her. She was a strong woman. She could fight, and people feared. And yet Inesh was broke. Inesh was broke because she gotten to the wrong people. Juan's father, Marco, he fooled her. He played with her. And Inesh promised her never again would this happen to her. Never again should anyone ever fool her. And yet it happened. And this broke her. Her self-confidence was broke. She was destroyed. She hit rock bottom, because she thought that he would really love her, and she even imagined that they one day would have a family, that they would live together, that she would be one of those women who has actually made it. This is what life is all about, or isn't it? She thought to herself, to find the right one, to live with him, to find peace in life. But then everything came differently. She was fooled. He laughed at her. He laughed at her behind her back. He had a lot of affairs, and Inesh was just one of them. Just one of those many women he got pleasure from. He enjoyed playing with them. He enjoyed having their way with them. And again, Inesh, she's boiling at the thought. Boiling that she gave this man pleasure, so that he could enjoy his life, so that he could do what he did. Just don't care about other people. Even the thought, it makes us sick. No, Inesh, she has enough of it. She has enough of those people who take advantage of her. Not with her anymore. She will end this. She will stop this. Inesh again looks at the handwriting of Officer Garcia, the man she started to hate, to despise. Why does she have to be here and talk with this woman? No, she will end this once and for all, and then we will see. Inesh looks at the place this person apparently lives. It is not filthy. It is not something she expected. Well, it is somewhere between a suburban home and a decent neighborhood. Well, it is not wealthy. It is not well affluent. However, the person who lives here does well. He probably stole a lot of identities. They think, she imagines, those Americans, they think that they can do with them whatever they want. She heard once two Americans speaking. They were debating. One of them said that Mexicans, they owe to Americans. They owe to Americans because Americans allow them to be here. Because Americans gave Mexicans the chance to live a decent life. Because in Mexico, no one would live decently There was even some jokes where